and welcome to UPL Insights, a digital media series from UPL led by our friends, colleagues, and experts across the world. In this series, we bring together leaders in sustainable farming, food systems, and climate resilience to explore the challenges and developments defining the agricultural sector today. Across our global business, we believe that collaboration is the heart of progress and that the technologies, ideas, and interventions across our global footprint are worth sharing. In this episode, we are talking to some of the people leading our food system transformation inside and outside of UPL and exploring new and existing priorities alongside our shared commitment to resilience, trade, nourishment, and sustainable productivity. My name is Surbi Kothari, and I'm based at UPL's headquarters in Mumbai, India. Today, I'll be speaking with different UPL representatives from different geographies across UPL's global network. I'm joined by Anupam Satpathy, Pramod Tiwari, and Ganesh Rao. Anupam is the Global Portfolio Manager for Herbicides, responsible for managing one of the largest product portfolios for UPL, with a focus on rice, cotton, and sugarcane. His career spans more than a decade with various functions in the agri-input sector. Pramod is the head of field marketing for India and has been with UPL for nearly 9 years. Pramod leads the tactical marketing function for SWAL, a business unit of UPL that is transforming the way agribusiness is conducted in India. Ganesh is the global technical development head for herbicides. He has over 3.5 decades worth of experience working in agribusiness and has been with UPL for more than 10 years, developing world-class differentiated solutions to issues to solve farmers' pain points on various crops globally. India is the world's second largest producer of sugarcane, impacting the livelihood of around 50 million sugarcane farmers. As a result, sugarcane has now become an important industrial crop grown in nearly 5 million hectares across India. However, weed management is a major pain point for growers, with sugarcane farmers facing yield losses between 25 to 50%. UPL's drive to understand and solve farmer pain points led us to the development of Triskel, a three-way herbicide developed by UPL R&D, providing excellent efficacy against grasses, BLW, and sedges. Triskel is a safe broad-spectrum solution for weed management in sugarcane. Anupam, can you expand on what are the challenges currently faced by sugarcane farmers in India and abroad?
Thanks, Surabhi, for this, opening remarks. And so we are diving into deep into the topic. Before we get into the challenges, we need to understand what sugarcane farmer is basically in terms of a profile. It is not only in India, globally, sugarcane farmer is considered to be a very progressive, commercially oriented farmer. You know, the crop is a cash crop, and the growers or the cultivators, they look forward for profits. And for profits, it is more important is the productivity, how much productivity a particular farmer draws from his farmland in a particular cropping season. And looking from a sugarcane point of view, sugarcane over the years in India as well as in world, because of various reasons, has got into a very much into the limelight and also came into importance because of various reasons, not only for its sugar based or food requirement, but very recently, which we also understand from an energy requirement point of view, right? So sugarcane as a crop and the byproducts which is coming out of sugarcane has gained importance over the period of time and has a lot of importance in the near future as well. So coming to this important crop, when it comes to this very important cash crop across India and as well as abroad, weed management becomes a very, very vital aspect of the cultivation practices or package of practices in a particular season. And this weed management becomes very important because it has a very severe yield loss constraint which comes attached to with it. So weed management in case of sugarcane becomes very, very vital aspect in the overall cropping season of a particular crop in any given area. Today in India, we can very well see and observe that currently the wheat farmers are facing a lot of challenges into weed management because they are exposed to all kind of weeds, you know. And today not one single product or one single solution is there to control any of them. So it's two-way problem. One, you don't have a solution which can, take care of the complete issue. The other is the issue is very broad. It is not one shot. It has a very broad aspect to it. There are grasses, as you have rightly said, grasses, broadleaf, sedges. One more issue which has come very much recently, which we can observe, is the shorter duration of control. Whatever solutions which we have has a very short period or short duration of control, which results into again one round of labor usage, again one round of more sprays, which results into higher cost of cultivation. So broad, Shurvi, if I have answered you, these are the major challenges a particular sugarcane farmer across India or in the world they are facing.
Thank you, Anupam, for elaborating on the challenges. But what do you think? Where will Triskel be the most effective?
So Triskel has a very, very unique offering for the farmers. First of all, we need to understand that Triskel has a, you know, Triskel has a very unique mode of action because it has three different mode of actions because there are three actives in it. So that's the reason the product effectiveness is very high. If we go look into the package of practices, it is like very simple. It is 1.2 kg per acre, and with 200 liters of water, it can be used in any of the sugarcane plots.
So I think it's relatively easy
It's very easy.
to apply sugarcane, right? And how are you planning to launch a Triskel globally? Since you mentioned in the first question itself that it's globally relevant. So what are your plans for the launch?
So we have got a very outstanding and overwhelming success when we launched it in India. We are the first company in the industry to launch a three-way combination. UPL always has been in the forefront of innovation, and this is UPL's own in-house innovation and own in-house solution for the sugarcane farmers. We got wonderful, tremendous response in India. My friend Pramod can elaborate better how it is there in case of India. But we got tremendous results, tremendous experiences, tremendous feedback, which came in very encouraging to all of us. We will look into majorly into two different regions. One is Brazil, and the other one is the AME, which is called the Africa Middle East region. In the Africa Middle East region, as you know, it's a huge country. 53 countries are there. So in that, we have shortlisted 17 countries, which has a scope and a very right fitment for this wonderful solution to help farmer grow and get better yield in case of sugarcane. In case of Asia, we have our neighbors China and Pakistan, where the product has an absolute direct fitment. So the list is long, Survi, and yes, we are ready, and this product is destined to have a global footprint.
That's wonderful. So Pramod, what type of sugarcane growing farmer will want to use Triskel?
In India, again, the sugarcane farmer is really progressive. He does it for commercial reasons. The cultivation is weak. So everything is, whatever investment is going into the crop is directly linked with the profit. So if I can think about a farmer who would aspire to use, Triskel and Trishuk brands that we have in India, UPL and Swal, I feel that every acre of sugarcane in India suits really well for Triskel or Trishuk. The challenges, as Anupam has explained, that farmers face broadly weeds problems. There are narrowly weed problem grasses and sedges. Plus, on top of it, there is shortage of labor. The labor is unskilled, and the existing solutions actually make it difficult for the farmer, to rely on something that we can call as hassle-free weed management for sugarcane. So uh, for Triskel and Trishuk, I see opportunity in every acre of sugarcane that is grown in India.
And how is Triskel concept designed to address the pain points of the farmers affecting crop sugarcane?
Yeah, so if I think like a sugarcane farmer, my challenges are, again, as we touched upon, labor, unskilled one, and crop safety. Existing solutions sometimes do not offer the kind of assurance that a herbicide solution must offer in terms of crop safety. We have tested them for crop safety in 55 total cultivars that are there in India right now, and that will be promoted as we progress. That is number one. So biggest promise for this is crop safety. The second promise is we have tested this product in almost 100 types of weeds. And we can very proudly say, the way Anupam was talking about, that this is first of its kind launch in India, where three actives go into one product and make it such a broad spectrum. So just to quantify that broad spectrum, I would say 100 plus types of weeds are managed. So one single sort solution for a sugarcane farmer, that was his pain point. Otherwise he had to rely on the unskilled labor and to go and mix in the proportion that they can and they know, and then apply it. And so I feel that this offers a lot of peace of mind to the growers in India. And the third one, and which is also very, very important one, is that the longer duration of control.
Okay, and then what are your comments on about soil health, plant health, etc.? Because these are perceived value for the farmer is very, very high.
Exactly. So the biggest concern when a farmer goes for a herbicide use, I think Ganesh will also touch upon that, is crop safety. So I rely on that crop as a farmer to earn my livelihood. That's where the position is. And if something happens to that crop, that is the biggest concern. And I think Triskel, Trishuk, both these brands, they offer amazing crop safety, and that's where the farmer can relax and I would say have his peace of mind when he uses these two brands from UPL Insights.
Oh, great. So this is how you say the growers are responding to Triskel so far.
Oh
And
yes. If I can talk in words of a few farmers, one of my farmer in Haryana, he says that I used to go mix certain things and still there were weeds which were not controlled, and with Triskel Trishu coming in, uh, the field is absolutely clean. I can see only sugarcane in the field and no weed is there. And with Triskele and Trishuk, he feels that the crop looks healthier compared to anything else that he was using. So I feel that customers, after coming of Triskele and Trishuk into being, they really are delighted. And if I can also say this from a business viewpoint, how it has affected us as an organization, these two brands have actually increased our business in this crop by 5 times, and this is only 5 months that we have seen.
how fantastic is that? Thank you.
It is indeed.
So Ganesh, how did you identify this farmer pain point and understand that there's a need for Triskel?
So Ruby, thanks for inviting. Good afternoon. And I think we have talked a lot about the pain points by the earlier speakers, Anupam as well as Pramod. And Pramod called it as a one shot, like with one application should solve all their weed problem. They should be able to manage their weeds with the one spray application. Because the cost of the labor, the availability of the labor, they are all going out of their reach. That's the reason. This is way back 2014 or 15, when I went to see the results after 25, 30 days after application. It was kind of awe feeling. And I had few farmers, if I remember exact place, could be somewhere near Karnal. And the farmers was telling this is a wonder product. From there, the journey started. It's 2014 and 15, and it took almost 8 years, because you have the regulatory compulsions, and there is no guidelines available for three-way mixtures. And in between, this is a high load formulation, and it has a 35% metribuzin, 44% 2,4-D, and 1% PSC, and bringing them together in one pack, especially in the solid form, is not easy. So it took so many years, but it's worth the wait.
And what are the benefits of a three-way combination herbicide? And is it safe for the sugarcane?
Yeah, the three-way. Let me give you a little bit. Let's talk a little bit of science. I think Anupam did mention that this is a three mode of action. So let me elaborate a bit more here. And I said this has three compounds, three actives: the metribuzin, the 2,4-D, and the PSC. The metribuzin is a group 5 compound. And what does it do? What's its mode of action? And to the listeners, the mode of action is the mechanism by which herbicide works inside the plant and kills the plant. The plant here, which we refer, is the wheat. So the mode of action of the metribuzin is inhibition of photosynthesis at PS2 level. And the subgroup is triazinones, and this is systemic, residual. It has a broad spectrum. It can act on grasses, it can act on broadleaf weeds, but it has a very limited efficacy on the sedges. So this is, you have a three mode of actions, and of course one is ALS and the two are other mode of action. And this is what, when the new mode of action is used in the field, and this will be more efficacious compared to the products which has been used for many years. So, and Anupam mentioned this is a resistance management tool, because if you use one mode of action year on year, and sometimes if the product is too good and you are bound to use it indiscriminately, and then that would succumb to the resistance. But here you have a kind of insulation from the resistance, because you have a three mode of action in one product. So that's all about this product.
So extending upon what you said, how does Triskel stand out to its competitors? And why is this three-way combination herbicide such a revolution for UPL as well as sugarcane farmers?
Yes, so let me reiterate my points. I said again, the farmers had no choice. They did not have a broad spectrum herbicide where one application should solve majority of their weed problem, and also provide a residual control for say something like 40, 50, or 70 days till they take up their intercultivation practices, especially in India. And it's very difficult, Surabhi, to bring 3 AIs of this concentration in one pack and say use 1.2 liters or 3 liters per 3 kgs per hectare. And that's very difficult. And thanks to the UPL R&D team, they have done a fantastic work in getting the formulation right in terms of its stability, all the parameters of stability. That's where UPL should be very proud. And I think this is the first ever 3-way mixture.
We definitely are proud of them. But Ganesh, what results have you seen from Triskel trials so far? I'm sure you're involved in many. Would you like to comment on this?
Yes, Surabhi, in fact, before we went for the capexing this project, we did have we call it as when we mix this product in a tank mix, and then we go to the field and do a lot of internal trials and sometimes trials in the farmer fields. And we call it as a proof of concept. And we had mix and match, and at particular concentration, we said, yes, this product is doing something different than what is available in the market. And there were a mixed with weed infestation in the farmer's field. If you look at, they had grasses and they have the broadleaves, and the sedges problem has become a kind of widespread nowadays. And there is a one weed, Cyprus rotundus, is very, very difficult to control. And I would say it's very few herbicides available to control this weed. And when we saw this, this kind of good results coming in, and then we took some farmers and we took some dealers and distributors to understand their perceptions. And everybody's perception was kind of 5-star. right from the beginning. And we thought this is the product and surely to address all the pain points of the sugarcane growers, not only in India, but also globally.
And what are the do's and don'ts of this product for growers?
Yeah, my sincere request for all the growers and also Pramod and his team is to follow the best practices of herbicide application. When something is good and it's used quite often, right? So we call it as an indiscriminate use of herbicides, and that is not good for the product, either for the product, nor for the farmers in terms of the life cycle management of this Triskele. And we got to be, there is a one compound in this product is 2,4-D, and it's oxin. So we got to be careful about the off-target products, off-target crops when we spray. That's the reason, I urge people not to spray in the hot sun, where the volatility of this product will be more. When the volatility increases, the drifts are more, and the off-target nearby crops might get impacted. So that should be avoided. So the best time to use this product is, I think, the early morning, and if the temperatures are low, not during the summer, and during the winter or the rainy season, maybe in the evening time, and avoid the hot sun, the temperature about 33, 35 degrees. That's very important.
That's great insights. And I would like to thank our guests for their introduction to Triskel and the value it brings to the farmers in India and around the world. For the full series of UPL Insights episodes, follow UPL Global on Spotify, Apple Music, or wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you.